Hey everyone, Action here! Today we're gonna start a new playthrough on the 4.3 open beta. This time we are gonna be playing as the Glacinate regime. We are gonna try to achieve 100 stability across all of our planets in the early game, which will convert into plus 30% resources from jobs, which is massive in 4.3 by the way. We are gonna go over the build here. If you wanna skip ahead to the actual gameplay, go here to the timestamp. Otherwise, let's dive into how this build actually works. So we are gonna go with the under one rule origin, which makes our ruler luminary. Now with the luminary trait, we're gonna get plus 1.5 stability, and this effect will grow depending on how much tasks we are gonna complete later on into the gameplay. Other than that, we are gonna be pacifists, which will grant us another 5 stability, and also Byzantine bureaucracy, which will give us even more stability depending on how many bureaucrats we have. Paired with that, we are gonna have the technocracy, which will allow us to have the science directors, which will produce some research for us. We are gonna be xenophobic, so we have more pop growth, materialist, so we have more research speed, and our kind itself, we're gonna focus on tech and traditions. Pretty standard, right? However, one main bonus from this build is that we can have the enlightened ruler trait. Not only it will give us stability, but it will give us minus 5% upkeep from jobs, and as a matter of fact, this is perhaps one of the best modifiers to have in 4.3 because we can't stack that much, and paired with some other choices that we're gonna make, we are gonna achieve the maximum of minus 90% researcher upkeep later on to this build, which is our goal to skyrocket our tech without any types of upkeep. We're also gonna have Titan of Industry, which will give us more alloys, consumer goods, and minerals from jobs, which is much better than job efficiency, and you're gonna have Blunt because we do not care about diplomatic weight at all. We are all about expanding our traditions and technology with our intricate society system. Now here are the game settings. However, we are gonna try to defeat the crisis at 25 times their strength, by the way. We're gonna go against the Praetorian Scourge. The last time we defeated it 10 times unbeaten. If you guys wanna check that out, I'll be leaving the link in the description. And on top of that, we are gonna try to defeat the Fallen Empires. By the way, the Fallen Empires do scale with the crisis difficulty, so in the late game, well, we're gonna have a problem here. We're also gonna try to survive the Void Worms because they are gonna have the 25 times modifier as well. Other than that, as you can see, commanders, everything here is pretty usual. All the game settings, the crisis at 50 years earlier, and well, if you have any questions, let me know. So let's dive into the gameplay now. Quick report from High Command before we dive deeper. Most of you watching aren't officially enlisted yet. If this run gives you ideas for your own games, subscribe and join our Navy. So there we have it, commanders. We spawned in right in the edge of the galaxy, one of my favorite starts. So we are gonna send in our state vessels to scout out the systems for us. At the beginning of the game, we wanna focus on the unity so we can ascend as quickly as possible. With the Underown Rule origin, we have the unifying promise situation, which comes all down to the capabilities of Director General Astonir to achieve some key checkpoints in order to increase our economy. What this does, it gives us plus 5 stability, as you can see here, and we now have the situation log, the unifying promise. So every 15 points of progress that we have made, we will increase our luminary trait by half of its current effects. So since it is giving us 1.5 stability, it will give us 0.75 plus 1.5% unity for every 15 points. If we accumulate a lot of these, for instance 150 points, oh boy, yeah, that's gonna be a lot. We gain points by controlling systems, which means expanding our empire, colonizing planets, and signing defensive pacts. We do not want to sign defensive pacts because we do not care about other species, we only care about our own development. With this, we already reached 100 stability on our main planet. Of course, this is not hard to achieve because it is our capital, but let's see how we go in our colonies. We already have one here on Jamor that we are currently serving. I'm going to start with statecraft so we can have amongst appears, and whenever we launch an agenda, we are gonna gain 150 EXP for our counselors. This is extremely good because we wanna maximize the EXP of our Director General, because he has the best traits in the game. Now, although our council can already launch the agenda, they are smart enough to not launch it already and wait 6 more months. Right now we grab amongst peers, launch the agenda, everybody's happy, and we have a special agenda with the Underrun Rule origin, the Unifying Promise. So with that approaches, it will give one random luminary insight, which we'll see later on what it does. On top of that, it will give us more council agenda speed, so it will launch a little bit faster than the other agendas, and our citizens will be happier. We want to continue on the statecraft tradition all the way here on the immutable directives for plus 25% council agenda effect duration. New World Claim. Our first colony represents a step towards fulfilling the Director General promise. So we gain a little bit of research, and we should also give a little bit of progress. Yes, it gave 5 points plus 1 for the system that we just conquered. At tier 5, we already finished the statecraft tradition, and we can choose our first ascension perk. There are 2 good options with the Underrun Rule origin, the One Vision, because after all we are unifying our people, and Interstellar Dominion, so we can help out our Director General Astonir to further expand our frontiers. In our case, since we want to maximize the amount of systems, I'm gonna go with a very weird choice of the Interstellar Dominion, and we have established our colony on the world of Tychan to honor the Director General Astonir. We could grant them additional funding, but this is very expensive, or focus on something more practical. Why not enact a monument? We already have 89% stability on this planet, even though we just colonize it and we do not even have the most amount of amenities. I think if we just build up a medical center, we'll already achieve the maximum stability. No, we didn't even need to build it. With only our colonist commanders, we already have 100%. The effects from the high stability are granting us plus 30% resources from jobs. Granted, we are not producing anything at the moment. It is really OP, and we didn't even finish the Unifying Promise situation. When we do, we're gonna go so over the 100% stability that we can even afford to have negative amenities. For our second tradition, we are gonna go with prosperity. We can now launch the Unifying Promise agenda. Actually got us a living metal deposit on Jamur 4, one of our mining stations from our colonies. Wow, that's actually broken, by the way. I didn't think we were getting living metal, actually. I thought we would get something else. I'm not complaining. For our next agenda, our scientific council is kind of on the fence here between evolving society or favorite society. Both of these options are good. This focuses a little bit more on ascending our species, and this focus a little bit more on the economy side of things. I think we're gonna improve our economy at the moment because we have so many politicians on our council that we can launch the agenda pretty quickly in just 8 years. And Astonir keep delivering. This guy is amazing. He has demonstrated incredible leadership once again by uniting the council and ensuring the efficient administration of our society. With this, we gain plus 15% council agenda speed at 20 monthly unity. Wow. We have established yet another colony on Sailor, our second one, giving us even more progress towards the Unifying Promise. We already have one improvement to our luminary trait, but we still have plenty of room to expand. We built another state vessel to explore the universe. Although we do not have the scientists to explore, we can just grab the governor from Glassinate and hire yet another official there. Astonir leveled up, and we can either go for Titan of Industry or Enlightened Ruler. Enlightened Ruler will give us even less upkeep from jobs, but at the moment the upkeep is not our main concern, but the production instead. So we're gonna go with the industry for now. And in Sailor we already have 100% stability as well, commanders. So for every single planet that we colonize, we can have 100%. It's so amazing. On Sailor, we are gonna focus on the industrial side of things, and to accommodate this extra production, we are gonna need some synthetic operatives, which we are already creating here. We have one, but it will grow, yeah. Before we launch the prosperity agenda, we are gonna activate the education campaign, so we have plus 10% leader EXP gain. Now we launch it and we deactivate it. For our next agenda, we are gonna go for the evolving society to snowball our unity production. Since we also finished the statecraft tradition, our favorite society agenda is gonna last for 13 years and the evolving society will finish within 7 years. So in the end, we are gonna have 6 years with both agenda running, which will have an exponential effect on our unity production, right when we need it to finish our ascensions. We're gonna slowly repurpose the Glacinate planet into a research world, whilst the Taken world remains our unity production. Now that we finish the prosperity tradition, we can grab the One Vision. This will also help within our factions to improve their monthly unity. And from the looks of it, we found a federation nearby. I hope that they are, I know, peaceful with us, because otherwise I don't think the Glacinate regime can take one federation at this moment in the game. For our next tradition, we are gonna go with the Discovery. This will increase our leader EXP gain. In other terms, this will increase Astroneer EXP gain. And also, we're gonna have less upkeep for our researchers and more research speed, which we're gonna need to finish all the technologies in order to synthetically ascend our species. We are still maintaining 100% stability on our planets, even though our factions are not that happy, and we haven't still finished the Unifying Promise situation. After we do that, our stability will be even greater. Oh boy. And the nearby aliens, they are hostile to us. Thankfully, we are already increasing our naval power by a little bit. We now launch the Evolving Society. Now we are gonna go for the Expanded Council, because although departmental efficiency is good, the main effects from it are not that great. Plus 20% Councilor EXP gain is certainly gonna help the Director General. However, we already have a little bit of EXP gain, so we are fine. No way. They killed Penny Koningi. Oh no, man. We have two hostiles, one here and the other one on the other side. We are pinned in. I mean, Director General is gonna need to reinforce our fleets. Let's create more state vessels. These ones are gonna be our enforcement division. Right, we found the Federation nearby. They are all part of a great hive mind. I don't really get how this society is organized, but I don't like it. Director General Astonir does not like it either, and they don't like us. So let's declare rivalry with them. And our military power, we have a lot of ships already, so I think we can take them out by ourselves. Astonir leveled up and we can have the final tier of Titan of Industry. Let's go with that, because we still have room to expand the Enlightened Ruler. We expand the council, our head of research leveled up, and we can pick another council position. We are gonna go with senior science director, the most renowned position in our empire, before the head of research and the director general, of course. Now we can go for the departmental efficiency. So far, our empire is growing very good. However, there is something that concerns me, which is these empires right here. We do have a lot more fleet power than they have, so perhaps we should bring a little bit of order towards their chaotic existence, especially the ruthless capitalists. They are starting to claim our systems, but I think I'm not gonna do the first strike, because if they declare war on us, then I can go ahead and claim their systems, which for pacifists, claiming is only allowed in defensive wars. One way of continuing our expansion, even though we are boxed in, is declaring war on our rivals. Although we are pacifists, I don't really like how their society is structured. I mean, we should bring order to them, shouldn't we? So let's go and vassalize them. Our ships should only follow our engagement protocols and it should all be fine. We do have the better ships here. Man, that was just a slaughter. Somebody even paid the marauders to raid the guys we are attacking. What a wonderful coincidence, isn't it? We also finished the Discovery tradition and we'll go with the Synthetic Ascension commanders. Now it is just a matter of time before we get the necessary technologies and finish the Ascension. Well, this is gonna be our biggest military engagement. If we win this, the war is pretty much over, and if we lose, it's pretty much over as well. It is not looking good for us. Or is it? We're coming back. It's a close fight, but in the end we managed to survive. Our promise has been delivered by Director General Astonir. To the stars and victory, we gain plus 10% happiness, and our luminary trait shall be improved. Now it is granting us 3.5 stability and 7.5 unity from jobs. It wasn't the best because we had very few planets to colonize, and also most of the nearby systems were already claimed by our enemies. But just 1 month before we concluded the Wonder and Rule situation, we got a couple of systems and even more planets from the hive minds. Yeah, it was a little bit of an unlucky timing there, but in the end we expanded a little bit more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, commanders, I'll see you guys next time.